Hey guys, it's Fiona and welcome back to the channel. Today I have a very exciting video. It is my bookshelf tour combined with my study room tour. You may be able to see we've been doing some work. This wall was empty up until recently, and if you've been following me on Instagram, you will have seen this whole wall in my Instagram stories. So I'm gonna go wall by wall and show you this room. So this whole wall here now has this beautiful set of frames on it, and some of them you probably can't see very well because of the reflection, but I'll try and insert some clips. So I have here is a print of Lapis from Steven Universe, which I got at MCM, and I can't remember who this was by because it's got nothing on it. I don't remember, which is bad, I know. This one here, this Sailor Moon one at the top, this one is by Brogan Coral, which is also the same person who did this one here. So this is also Brogan, which is why they're in matching frames. These prints actually had rounded corners, so they fit into these frames with rounded edges really well. I then have like the one and only commission I've ever had done of my character Fira. This is from 2009, so quite a while ago. This is a print I bought at MCM. I don't think it was being sold by the actual person who made it, because I'm an idiot and don't check these things. Whoops. These three along the bottom here are from London Book Fair. They were part of an exhibition, and these were like the postcards that sort of went with the print, with the the actual images that have been made. They're really cool. This is a Sailor Moon image, an old one by Sophia Liu. A couple of years old. I bought it at Doki Doki 2-3 years ago. Not entirely sure. I then have a poster from Old Barn Books for How to Be, which is why I have put How to Be in little letters along the bottom here. And then obviously have this big fella here. This is by my friend Morgan, or Jellybee as she's known on the internet. This is one of her older prints now. I don't even know how old this one is. I then have the poster from the Worlds Collide tour, which was Leigh Bardugo and Rainbow Rowell. You will have heard me talk about that before. And then I have a original sketch of Rapunzel over there, and I've forgotten the name of the artist off the top of my head. Her name is Siobhan. I will leave a link down below. I also got these two My Hero Academia cushion covers from Redbubble. They're covered in cat fur, so yeah, sorry if you can see all of that cat fuzz. And then to the side of this wall we have my giant Reservoir Chronicles Tsubasa wall scroll, and I mean, it's huge. And then we have the one I suppose you all came to see. I'm gonna have to film this bit by hand with the microphone facing the wrong way, so yeah, sorry if it's very wobbly. There's not a lot I can do about that. So this bookshelf here, or this bookcase I should say, is all my to be read all the way to the bottom. It's a long way down, apart from Bookshop Girl and the stuff underneath it and to the side of it. That's giveaway stuff. So yes, let me get you a closer shot. Is my manga bookcase. I mean, it's kind of obvious. So this has all my manga on it, including the ones I haven't read, but everything on the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves I have read. So I've got some old stuff, I've got a lot of figurines, a lot of stuff. This is actually a notebook. This here. This is actually a notebook that I got from eBay, but I like it and I like to display it with my other cardcaptor stuff. I then have some candles that were sent in a box with the sampler of Language of Thorns way back when, and they live here because I like to be able to see the tops of them because there's nothing on the sides. A couple of series I'm currently reading is the Love and Lies series and My Hero Academia, so they live here. This is obviously all alphabetized by the title of the manga. This is got like my Sailor Moons and my Tokyo Mew Mew and one of my favorite series that I've mentioned a few times, Waiting for Spring. And you can see there's 2 frames here. Let me show you those as well. This was done by my friend Morgan, aka Jellybee, the same person who did the Pokemon Zodiac I have on the wall. This was a gift for our wedding and I love it, it's very beautiful. And yes, it is of me and my husband. And behind that is a old portrait of my parents' cat who's now sadly passed away. These 2 aren't meant to live here, but it is where they're currently living because I had a giant change around of frames when I was doing the wall over there. And until I can find somewhere to put these 2, because they're kind of similar, so they go together in terms of like frame style, so I want to put them somewhere together, but I don't know where they'll be yet. So this bottom shelf has random collection of shizzle. The Pokemon tin is where all my pins are, if you saw my pin video. If not, I will link it in the iCard, wherever that is. And then I've got my volumes of Tsubasa that I just can't seem to get rid of. And then all the stuff along here is unread. And behind here is a giant stack of Haikyuu. I have up to 18 of Haikyuu and we haven't read it yet. I know, it's bad, I'm sorry. Like everything in this room, this bookshelf is slanted. All my bookshelves are slanted. You may or may not have noticed. Oh no, one of my cats has fallen down. Stick. Stick. Can you see the double-sided sticky tape? Maybe, maybe not. So this is my books. I have red paperback bookcase because it has many. I used to stack all my books together. This means that some of my series are split because I just physically can't fit them all on here because I needed the extra shelf. So this has an extra shelf in it to fit all my paperbacks. Like my Just Married horseshoe and my TBR jar, and these paper origami butterflies were made by my husband for our first wedding anniversary, which is paper. Then I have all my Maggie Stiefvaters, apart from Crooked Saints, which I haven't read yet. I know I'm bad. My Pride and Joy, which is my signed Raven Boys proof. Yes, yes. And I have my star and exclamation mark that I paper mached with a broken comic book. Again, I will leave that linked in the iCards or down in the description. I have my Harry Potter Cursed Child tickets because I like to see them, and if I put them any lower, the cats will eat them. I then have my Cardcaptor Sakura hand mirror. I love this hand mirror. Quite possibly one of my favorite purchases from Japan. I also have some like figurines and stuff as well. Then I have the rest of my YA up to here. This is my middle grade and my 2 Japanese books. And my Katie Magari signed book plate. You've probably seen me haul these, but in case you haven't, this is Daughter of Smoke and Bone in Japanese. And this is Graceling in Japanese. I freaking love these covers. Then we have the start of my trade size paperbacks that I have read because I can't fit all my hardback paper. It just made more sense to do it this way. So this shelf, almost in its entirety, is trade size paperbacks or slightly larger, but not completely trade side, or American, large, whatever. And then I have a couple of non-fiction, which you can maybe see behind the mini ear bow thingy, and a book on hand lettering. So my mini headband is from Japan. This little bear with an F I've had since I was a child. I don't know who gave it to me or why, but I still have it. I have Dumbledore pop figure with broken glasses. I actually have Harry, Hermione and Ron underneath there somewhere as well. And these are 4 of the 5 candles that Kim made me for my birthday. And my last shelf is graphic novels and humorous books and art books. You will have seen me talk about my art books recently in my favorite art book video, which again I will leave linked somewhere. And then this stuff here, all of this stuff is stuff that is waiting to be sold on Ziffit, or stuff I'm generally just gonna get rid of because I haven't processed it yet. So it's stuff I'm gonna get rid of, might do things with, might not, undecided, but it all lives down here out the way. Then we have my hardback bookcase, which doesn't have the extra shelf that my paperback bookcase has because they're hardbacks. So again, all alphabetized by author's surname. I have a little block here that says all you need is love and a cat, which I think my best friend Louise bought me, maybe. I then have a Once Upon a Con Geekarella candle, which we got sent because we got so hyped about Geekarella back when I was a bookseller. Again, all origami is from Kieran because he got into origami. He hasn't done any in a while, so I need to give him a kick up the bum for that. I have all my makeup brushes in this little haiku pot and a little hinata. Yeah, and I have a mixture of all sorts of sizes of hardbacks, which frustrates me no end, but I'm too lazy to sort them into height order because that's a bit extra. As far as I'm concerned. I still have my signed, sealed collector's edition of Book of Dust, which I haven't read yet, my American Percy Jackson box set. I have the rest of my Percy Jacksons here that I've read, obviously. And then I have a signed by Jim Kay illustrated Harry Potter. And I think my Fangirl and Carry On are signed. I have my original Harry Potters that I have in hardback. You probably saw the paperbacks on my paperback bookcase over there. So I have 3 in a matching and then 1 in the other jacket because I really struggled to get the last one. And then another of my pride and joys, it is my signed American hardback box set of the Wolves of Mercy Falls series. 2 wedding elephants from my parents from our wedding day. You're probably wondering why Flawed is sat here. This is currently my I put it up for trade, we'll see what happens place. This is just how it is. And then I have Luna from Sailor Moon. You may have noticed by now I have a lot of gubbins on my shelves. I just keep a lot of stuff. So I have an American edition of the Raven Boys. I have all of my Samantha Shannon books, my only hardback Laini Taylor because I have the rest in proofs, which is the signed limited run with the illustration in the front. I have a copy of Moresi, which I am quoted in, and my current favourite read so far this year, Eliza and Her Monsters. And then I have this box set, The Chronicles of Ixia, which is 6 books, and there's nowhere for it to currently live, so... And underneath that is my proof that is signed to me of Half Bad by Sally Green, because about 3 months ago someone wanted to do a trade, but they were going to like get back to me the next month when they had some money to pay for shipping because it was international, and nothing's ever come from it, so it just lives there now. And this stack here with theatrical next to it, this is all stuff that I've got recently that I need to haul, so I'll leave that as a surprise. But these cats and paperweight are from my childhood. Then I have all my unread hardback books, along with a gazillion more figurines. I know, so many unread hardback books. Apart from my Philip Pullman, which I mentioned before, which is up with the other books, it is not down here. And then I have another shelf. Yes, I have so many Magnus Chase and Apollo to catch up on. I know, it's so bad. And there's my other copy of the Book of Dust, because I'm not going to read my signed one, obviously. And then yeah, all these cats I've had for years and years and years, and the meerkat is actually a money box. So there you go. Now I'm not going to spend too long on this bookcase because this one isn't mine. This is actually my husband's bookcase. It's messy AF and I'm not tidying it for him. So it's full of stuff, and he has commandeered one of my book bows, which is kind of annoying because he's not used it in a while. But that's how it is. And yes, there is Febreze and a candle and all sorts of figurines and stuff on there. More Febreze, and that's actually a door handle in a box. I store stuff on his bookcase, so mine looks nice. Haha. And then I have commandeered the last 2 shelves for all my stuff that doesn't fit in and around my desk, or there's some books there that I've not been able to get rid of that are probably going to be used for some arty farty things. I then have these 2 frames here, which have a lot of personal pictures in, so I've just flipped it around so that they're not showing, because there's a lot from when my niece and nephew were little and things like that. These used to live downstairs, but I replaced them with 2 other frames with 2 different pictures, so I'm unsure where these are going to go just at the moment. This is where I store some of my crap. So my tripod usually lives here as well, and then I have my window here. This bookcase kind of blocks a little bit of the light because of how far it sticks out, but hey ho. This is currently where my condenser mic lives. This is what we use to record the Two Booksellers podcast. This is my corkboard for notes and things. The top 2 things will be blurred out because they contain personal information about my niece and nephew, but I kept those because they're cute. I then have these pins, which I've lost the backings to, so they live here. My Hogwarts house, my Hufflepuff, and an old Sailor Moon pin. I made this when I was practicing my hand lettering a little while ago when I was first starting. I think I can probably do better now. And then there is this. Excuse all the cables. So, on the top here, we have a basket that has all my washi tapes in it, a box which has my paints and my markers in it. This contains all my other random shit, like craft knives, sewing needles, scissors, other pencil casey things that I don't require on a daily basis. On the top, I have another candle that Kimmy made for me that I recently knocked over. You will have seen on my Instagram stories that I got it freaking everywhere. We managed to get it out of the carpet though. Colour me impressed. This little ramekin I put used matchsticks in. This little ramekin has a kneaded eraser and I think some earrings or something. This little puppy dog used to live on the shelf next to my desk when I had a desk at uni. So he's been around for a while. And my lip balm. I never go anywhere without a lip balm. I then have this postcard from the Ghibli Museum and this little cat chalkboard that Kimmy bought me. I've not figured out where to put it yet. I then have some pens and masking tape and another candle. This one Kimmy bought for me. She didn't make for me. These current pens are the pen colours. That was a mouthful. I'm currently using for my spreads in July, so that's why they're here, so they're easy accessible. And I found that masking tape is like the perfect size to draw rings for things in my bullet journal. And here is my desk. So I have a book bow covering up a list of things that I'm doing for the next couple of months. I have my pen for my Wacom tablet, and then I have this drawing that I did that I'm gonna sell probably at some point or think about selling. This one is from Manchester MCM. If I can find the creator I will, but I can't remember the top of my head. This is from something that I got in Japan, I believe. And these 2 things that look really out of place are 2 pieces from my A-level art projects. We did a ceramics segment and I still have these. My parents recently found them and I brought them with me, and I actually really still love them, and I think they're really cool, so I get them. Above my desk I have this Kakashi Sakura poster that I got as a gift for spending a certain amount in the Kakashi Sakura pop-up shop at Tokyo Dome. I then have this little frame with a magnet on top of it, which has a anniversary wedding card in it, a paper wedding card. So my mum bought me a little box to put it in, and that lives there. and my Sailor Moon poster, which is all the way up there. Returning to the desk, this is my current bullet journal. I am maybe about halfway through. I've been using this for all my forthcoming plans. Very exciting. This pencil case currently has all the pens that I use on a regular basis. So I've recently discovered some new pens and they all live in here. There's a lot of them. A lot of my coloured pens that I use for bullet journaling and for designing stuff all live in here. I got this from Redbubble. I got this from Paperback a while ago. This is all my spare pens that I'm not currently using but will probably use again at some point. And then my laptop and my Wacom. So I have a 13 HD Wacom, I believe, and my laptop is a custom built gaming rig that is about 1.5 years old now. It can export videos pretty damn quick in pretty high quality. My old PC wasn't able to do that because it was so old. Yeah, and then lastly is another Sailor Moon item. It's time, it's a scroll. So that's it. This is my room. My little studio come library, as I like to call it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Stick around for a little chat. Totes was gonna put makeup on before I started this video and I've only just realised because I have a massive fucking zit on my face. But whatever. So I will probably cover more of this in my month end wrap up that I do on my blog, but I just want to update you all because I tend to have talked a lot about job related things in the past 6 months with leaving a job and changing careers and all that stuff. I am now self-employed as a designer, hopefully. I'm working on my first collection, which is of course bookish themed, and I am hoping to have a Kickstarter ready for August. I'm currently aiming for the beginning of August because I'm away the last week of July, so I don't want it happening whilst I'm away, and this gives me time to create the designs obviously and get a social media presence going for my design company. Being self-employed is weird, but so far I've really enjoyed it and I've been enjoying making the things that I'm enjoying making. So yes, for those of you who have stuck around, I will give you a very quick little sort of sight into what I'm doing. So hopefully my Kickstarter will consist of 4 sets of pins. So each of them is a 2 set, except the last set, which is a 3 set. So this is going to be my science fiction, fantasy, YA and adult pin set. And there will be many different ones to choose from. No, not really. But there will be a 6 of Crows set. There will be a Grisha Sun Summoner and Shadow Summoner set. God, that was hard. There will also be 2 Illuminate related pins. Those are slightly more basic, I would say, compared to the others, but it kind of fits with the book, so. And the last one is the one I'm most excited about, is the Long Way to a Small Angry Planet set. And that will be 3 pins, 1 for the title of each book. So I only have some rough designs at the moment, nothing is finalized, but I am working on setting up an Instagram account that is specifically for my design business. And I'm really excited to be doing all this, and I have no idea how it's all going to play out. And I'm scared at the same time, but I'm excited. And I will, like I said, put more about it in my blog post at the end of the month. And I will update you all when everything is live. I'm very excited. So I'm hoping to do a set of bookish pins this year. And I don't think I'll have time to do another Kickstarter before Christmas, because this will be my first one and it's going to be pretty big if it goes to plan, because I want to do some extra pins if we hit certain marks and all that stuff. So I'll only do 1 Kickstarter this year, but if it goes well, I'd like to do some anime and nerdy themed ones next year. I already have a series in my head that I am thinking of doing based on a whole load of different animes, but a specific thing within them. So I'm very excited, and yeah, we'll see what the rest of this year brings me. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in a book haul very, very soon. Until then, I'll see you all next time. Bye!